welcome to What Pet Should I Get? My name is Julia Batchelor. We have a great show today. On the program, Claire Forndren will be here from Dog Tales Rescue and Sanctuary. Rosalind Gillade is here from Community Cats Toronto. And up first, we have the lovely Callie Milliman here from Ontario SPCA. And she has brought a little bundle of energy and fur, whose name is Charlie.
Yes.
And I wanted to actually start off talking about Charlie right away because you told he has a story. How did he end up at the Ontario SPCA?
He does. So obviously he's cute, but unfortunately he has a little bit of a rough beginning. Charlie was found by our staff one morning. He was dropped off and left at our door in a box. And that's kind of the way he started in our care. So our staff, like I say, came in one day and found him there and brought him in. He did have some money. They left money in the box with him when they dropped him off. So we thought that was a kind of an interesting way of going about it. Because, of course, we always want to encourage people to surrender if need be.
Yeah. Well, I understand, like, you know, obviously these people couldn't keep the cat, and they did the right thing by surrendering him. But you don't want people just to drop cats off at the door.
That's right.
Because anything could go wrong with that. So if somebody is going to surrender a cat, like, let's first off say, not all circumstances, if you have to surrender an animal, you're not, the Ontario SPCA is not going to judge you and make you feel bad, or you're not going to get in trouble for surrendering a cat or a dog, right?
It's part of our philosophy, it's part of our mission as the Ontario SPCA is that we are open admission surrenders. So what that means is, you know, we understand that it can be a reality for some people that unfortunately for whatever reason you're unable to keep your pet. And in that case, please give us a call. Each of our locations services a different area in Ontario. And the best thing when you give us a call is that we're prepared, right?
Yep.
We want to make sure we have a warm, cuddly little space all cleaned up for the animal when we bring them in. We just want to be prepared if they do have any health issues or what have you. We know what precautions we're taking right off the bat. And then that way we can get the animal started back on their journey to adoption and start it off on the right foot. So if anybody's thinking about it, just find our information online and give us a call. Let us know the circumstance and we'll be able to make a plan for your pet to come into our care.
And I mean, thankfully for the people who surrendered Charlie, you know, obviously they're whatever held them back from seeing you guys face to face, but they are trying to do the right thing.
Yes.
I mean, providing money, so obviously they want to provide for the animal's care. They just couldn't do it anymore.
Absolutely.
But obviously Charlie, he's here, so that means that he is looking for a forever home.
He certainly is. So he's, like I say, come into our care. He's been fixed. So he got neutered. He had his vaccines. He's microchipped, and he is certainly ready to go.
And look at that face. Like, honestly, how can you resist it?
Yeah.
Now, you have an adoption fee special that was initially going to end on the 16th, but it has been extended. Talk to us about that.
Sure. So our urgent appeal reduced adoption fee is for $50, and that's for all cats and kittens, including little Charlie here. And as mentioned, that still includes everything that we give to all of our cats, regardless of the adoption fee. So making sure that they are fixed, that they are microchipped, and that they have that first set of vaccines. And then they're going home ready, essentially, and ready to become a new loving forever pet for your forever home. So again, it's to the end of the month, till the 31st, they are $50.
That is a great price, because if you think about the cost of a year of vaccinations, microchip, and having an animal spay or neutered, you're looking at like $200 to $300.
Absolutely.
Easy. So a $50 fee to get a cat that's ready to go, healthy, he's been checked, vetted, everything. That is perfect.
Yes.
Now, so you have a really excellent program that I love called Meet Your Match, and it's basically instilled so that you do questionnaires.
Yes.
To ensure that the person getting the cat or dog and the dog or cat are going to be a perfect match.
That's right. So it's the Meet Your Match program. It's a science-based program that was actually developed by the ASPCA, so that's our friends to the south in the U.S. We have a great relationship with them, and what we did was we kind of took a look at what they had going on with their adoption process, and we decided to adopt it here in Ontario. We implement it in all of our 14 animal centers that are across the province. And what it is it's sort of a two-part program. We call it eHarmony for pets and adopters.
Nice.
So we've done our part, and we've gone ahead and assessed our cats and dogs. So we've done a personality assessment on our cats called a felinality, and a personality assessment on our dogs called a caninality. What that does is it gives us something to put forth to the adopter in terms of information about that animal and what lifestyle might work best for them and for you, essentially. So when the adopter comes in, they get to fill out a survey. You know, a lot of people are used to maybe an application process when you go to adopt. We do not have an application. We have it's actually a lot of fun.
I have one right
here. It's a survey. And what you can do is go onto the website, meetyourmatch.ontariospca.ca. It's actually a ton of fun. So if you haven't filled it out yet, go online and fill it out and find out what color you are.
Oh, it turns, okay, because we got purple, orange, and green. This is for the feline adopter survey. Here's an example of a question. I would consider my household to be like A, a library, B, middle of the road, or C, a carnival. So, I mean, I love those kind of questions because it really gets your mind thinking about, I'm not going to adopt a quiet, shy cat if my house is C, a carnival.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
And also sometimes that gets people out of, when you're adopting, out of the idea of what breed of cat you're going to get, or what color of cat you're going to get, or what have you. It changes your perspective on the type of pet that might be best for your household. And so with those colors, purple is the sort of quiet, timid end of the scale. Green is the opposite. So green is that life of the party, that go-getter, really energetic. And then of course there's the orange, which is sort of right in the middle, makes a perfect companion. Now a lot of people do tend to score in that orange middle ground category, but there are definitely purples and greens in there. And of course, if you do score, let's say a purple, but you happen to fall in love with an orange, it's not to say you can't adopt that animal. This is just a suggestion or a way to help you know what animal might fit best in your home.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Last week, Emily brought in 2 guinea pigs. I just wanted to ask a quick update about Jenna and Caramel, 2 sister guinea pigs. Are they still available?
They're still available for adoption, yeah. So the best thing to do is to keep an eye on our website. Anybody out there who saw those little cuties last week, if you visit our website and just click the big adopt button right on there, we have their cute little pictures up there. And of course, with any of our animals, we let you know where they are because, as you know, Julia, we partner with PetSmarts, whether it be PetSmart up in Barrie, PetSmart here in Richmond Hill. So of course, attached to each of their little profiles on the website, we'll let you know where they are.
Yeah. And I believe that Charlie is available at the Ontario SPCA headquarters on Woodbine Avenue. So if you're interested, visit our website for more details, and we'll see you right after the break. And welcome back to What Pet Should I Get? Joining me now is Rosalind Jolade from Community Cats Toronto. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Now, as you can see, Rosalind does not have a cat or dog with her, or cat, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's because your organization is not really so much about fostering and adoption, but you're on the front lines helping cats living on the streets. So tell us about Community Cats Toronto and how it came to be.
Sure. So thank you. Community Cats Toronto was formed from 2 groups, Urban Cat Relief, which did do fostering and adoption, also TNR, which I'll talk about, the trap, neuter, return part, and Feral Toronto Feral Group Project. They were doing just the education part, the courses. So we saw a real need in the community, so we came together. So their experience with the outside, our experience with the fosters and adoptions, and also the outside, seemed like a really nice mix. And now what we've done is, the group is become even now wider focus. So at first, trap, neuter, return, by the way, is TNR, is what we brought to the city. It's been in the city now 2 years. It was acclaimed by the mayor 2 years ago. And so it's here in Toronto. We didn't make it up. It was already a TNR is really an effective, humane way of curbing the overpopulation.
Controlling the outside cat population.
In a humane way.
Yeah.
TNR is not just taking cats and putting them back on the street, which a lot of people think.
Yep.
TNR involves getting the kittens young enough off the street so they can go into adoptive home. Yeah, and that's where we partnership with other members of other rescues and friendly cats. Sometimes a cat, a stray that got lost or something happened, ends up coming to a colony because of the food.
Okay, so I misspoke then. So Community Cats Toronto, your main focus is basically helping cats living on the street, but you are trying to get them off the street as well.
TNR, I mean, how could you, like, we just got off 5 to 6 week old kittens last week, and then we fixed the mother. Those kittens, if you saw them, they were living in a garage, and to see them now in a foster home, knowing that they're going to be adopted in forever homes and they won't have to live on the street is a really beautiful thing.
Now, how long have you been doing this work?
Too long. Probably over 10 years. I've done a lot of trapping, I've done a lot of adopting. I like to also work with people to keep cats in their home because there's a lot of behavioral issues with cats that people, there's a lot of misjudgment about cats, I find, just in general. A cat hisses and someone says it's aggressive. It's not aggressive. I mean, you've got to look at why the cat's hissing, what happened. Usually, a lot of stuff that's happening in the home is actually a result of the people living in the home.
Yeah, so minor adjustments and the cat could just get along better in the house, and there'd be no need for him or her to be given up, or in the worst case scenario, bad owners are dumping their cats in gullies and alleyways. I know we've worked with other organizations that truly focus on getting those types of cats back off the street and, you know, adopted.
100%.
And there's a huge need. So
there is.
What's the numbers that we're talking about that you guys are dealing with?
The numbers, okay, well, we know there's been a decrease in shelter intake since we started Trap, Neuter, Return in Toronto.
So it's an effective program.
It's very effective. We know that it does affect other friendly cats in shelters, so that's a good thing. Numbers, well, we do the course once a month.
And so talk to us about that. So let's let our viewers know, because you educate people who are interested in helping if they see a colony of cats.
What do they do?
Because, you know, I've encountered colonies of cats myself, and I've never trapped or done any of that stuff, but I've wanted to. So talk to us about the education part that you do.
Okay, so it's all based on the person wanting to do it, just to let you know. So once you agree and you want to help the cats, you go onto our website. Our website is www.communitycats.ca.
That's on our website, so you just visit there and you'll find that information.
And you register for our course. So we give the course once a month, and we go to different parts of the city because we find that there's different, we're starting to be able to track on the database too where all the colonies in the city are. So we try to go to areas where, you know, we know they need help. Mostly we're in a library. It's usually on a Saturday from 10:30 to 1:30, and it's basically a workshop on everything you need to know about Trap, Neuter, Return. We give you get a book. We do all kinds of hands-on. I do mostly focus on showing people how to trap, the best ways to trap. I'm very honest in the course in terms of, it's different. When you have a bunch of cats outside and they're not fixed, they have a dynamic. When you go in and you start fixing and bringing back and putting back and taking, it changes dynamics. I like colony takers to know that, because I feel that people who are doing this kind of work are so compassionate that they're so sensitive anyway. It's really important to let them know exactly what they're going to be in for. How the cats might change and that. So the course does everything. You get hands-on trapping. You get a lot of information. Like, you get a huge booklet with all kinds of information on it. The resources, the clinics, which is the main, you know, the main thing is when you leave the course, the workshop, you get a certificate with your name on it. That is your free spay-neuter into the municipal free spay-neuter feral clinics that have been developed.
Okay, so if you're involved with this, obviously, so there's no cost to you then.
Exactly.
Which clinics are doing the free spay and neutering?
So Toronto Animal Services, which is a municipal shelter, does the East Branch and the North Branch. THS does a lot also down Toronto Street Cats, which is another organization, which leads me to, we work in a coalition now. We have about 10 or 12 groups. We meet once a month downtown, and all we do is focus on how to help feral cats in the city. You'll notice our name, Community Cats, is actually, we're trying to change the word feral to community, because we feel that the word community involves everybody. The days are gone when one rescue group can do everything. Like, you used to get calls all the time, can you come take the cats? the days are gone. There's too much, there's too many, and we're so now working together that there's really no reason now why it shouldn't be done.
Well, you know, having the Ontario SPCA on, they partner now with pet stores for their adoptions.
Exactly.
And this whole partnership and networking with different organizations has made such a huge impact on the number of animals that are being adopted, number of animals that are being rescued and cared for. Because I know for community cats too, you're not only, you know, trap, neuter, release, they're also caring for existing colonies. So, right, that's an ongoing
colony
thing.
Maintenance is a major, something that nobody really talks about that we're just coming up with now. Colony maintenance is a big thing. It's a very stressful thing for somebody to do. You never know what you're going to show. Every day you show up at your colony, you don't know. Newcomers show up, others go, leave, get lost. Like you never know. But the key is the people feeding and housing need support for that. And that's why we want to make people come together.
Well, we're just about out of time. I just want to ask you quickly, what is it that you need from the public? Do you need financial donations? Do you need supplies?
Okay, well, financial donations is always helpful.
Great.
And we are a Canadian charity, registered charity with the CRA. Volunteers to come out, help teach the course, help trapping. We have shelter building workshops that are done at THS too, to put shelters out to make a holistic you know, area for the animals. And just one quick thing, it's trap, neuter, return. We use the word return, not release, because we want the animals returned back to where they were initially. Very important part of what we do.
Of course, because you said there's a dynamic to that whole colony, right?
Yeah.
Upcoming workshops, any?
Yes. Saturday, November 5th.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the library, Humber Summit Library.
And you also work outside of the GTA, because we know it's very Toronto focused, but you're at the Ontario SPCA today. So.
Yeah, we're at the OSPCA. We're actually now teaching people and the actual employees now.
Oh, right. That's perfect. So if you want more information, please visit our website, and we'll see you on the other side of the break.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for being on.
Oh, there's so much to do.
Hello and welcome back. Joining me now is Claire Forndren from Dogtails Rescue and Sanctuary, and she has brought two wonderful dogs. We have Gary and we have Nina, who is a little bit shy. Let's see, we move Gary, you might get a better shot of her. There she is. Hi, Nina.
Nina's just hiding in the back right now.
Yeah. So before we start talking about these dogs, I want to ask you about Dixie and Linda. Now, Dixie was our little kind of a Pomeranian. Bichon. Yeah. Super sweet dog.
Very.
And Linda was our dog that was blind.
Yeah.
What's the story? Any news about possible homes for them?
Yes, we actually have some really exciting news. Just a couple of days ago, Dixie found a family. So she went home with this really sweet couple. They live with their grandson, and they sent us an update just the other day about how well she's doing in her new home, and she walks her grandson to the bus stop every day before school, and it's really happy ending for Dixie.
She was a lovely dog. I mean, is a lovely dog. Even just spending the little bit of time we had with her here, you could tell she had such a great, warm personality. So,
she did.
What about Linda?
So Linda is still with us at our rescue. We haven't had too much interest yet, but we're hoping that she won't have to wait too much longer, because she really is such a special dog.
And she is. And I mean, we have to, talk about the fact that she's not sighted anymore.
No.
But there are people out there that, I mean, she's living at the shelter, so you guys know what she needs. And what would you look for somebody who would adopt a dog that can't see?
So, I mean, we definitely need a quiet home for Linda, preferably with someone that, either works from home or is retired, someone that's there with her. We are looking for a home that doesn't have any other pets, so that she can just kind of relax.
Yeah.
She isn't great with stairs, so...
No. So if you live in a bungalow
would be ideal, but, dogs that can't see, they do kind of learn their way around your home, provided you don't keep rearranging your furniture. So after a few weeks, they kind of learn the lay of the land, which is good. But yeah, I mean, she's great with people, great with kids. She's a very sweet dog. She just needs the right person.
Well, I know at Dogtails, you guys really specialize in finding the dogs that may not have a second chance anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right? Like I find a lot of the dogs that you bring are a little older.
Yeah.
Or have special needs. But you still do a great job adopting out. So there's definitely people out there that are looking for those types of dogs, right?
You know what? We've had so much success finding homes for senior dogs, for disabled dogs, and I think that really the success we've had says so much about the community that we're located in and the GTA and how open and receptive people are to taking on a dog that, you know, may not be considered a perfect dog.
Yep.
And they understand just how worthwhile it is to give these dogs that chance that they need. And
yeah,
it's pretty amazing.
Speaking of dogs that are looking for a second chance and a second home, we have Gary and Nina, of course. So let's talk about Gary. And Gary's right here, handsome boy.
With his tongue hanging out. So Gary is a dog who came from Israel, from the shelter that we took over last January. He was one of the last dogs to arrive. And Gary, I mean, he's pretty much unrecognizable from when he first arrived.
Really?
And
did he have mange or something?
he had bad skin condition. He was extremely underweight. He's still underweight, as I'm sure you can feel right now, but he was in really rough shape and he couldn't even walk when he came to our rescue.
Wow.
So actually for the first month that he was here, he lived in our vet tech's office, and they kind of nursed him back to health, and now
look at him.
Look at him now.
He's like ready to get off of the stage and get out into the world and find a home.
He's ready for a home. And he's also so sweet because when he arrived, he had pretty severe dental disease, so we had to pull a lot of his teeth. And now it's the sweetest thing. His tongue is always kind of hanging out.
Aww.
So he's just so cute.
And what kind of home do you think he would be best suited for?
Gary would be an amazing family dog. We've had him with kids. He's so good with kids. We put him in playgroup with our other dogs. He does amazingly, so he would be great in a home with another dog. I mean, he's really a perfect dog.
He's a perfect all-around dog, so you don't need to be, you can be single, you can be just dating, maybe possibly married with kids, no kids. This is the dog for you. So he'd also be good apartment, house, doesn't matter, right?
Doesn't matter.
No, and he's about 10 years old, right?
About 10, yeah.
And he's like, you guys did a great job nursing him back to health because, you know, even though you say he looks a little underweight, which I don't, he seems pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what you guys do, right? You take dogs that are on the brink and you bring them back and you make them like into perfect house pets.
That's what we do.
So let's talk about this little shy girl over here. Now, Gary, I'm gonna have you move your butt so we can see our little Nina lying on the ground. Hey, baby.
So Nina, we think, is about 7. She's from the same shelter that Gary came from. She's a healthy girl, but she's very, very shy and scared. So Nina's one of those dogs that all of our staff members love. She's great with everyone. She's another one that's really great with kids and other dogs, but she keeps getting overlooked. And the reason she keeps getting overlooked is because since she's so shy, she's not a dog that when families meet, she's instantly their best friend.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it takes a little time to build that relationship with her, and we haven't found anyone who wants to put in the time to do that yet. But when she does find that special family, she will make such an amazing dog and family member because she really is just so sweet and loving and perfect.
Well, and you know, there's something to be said too about when you have an animal that takes a little bit more work for you to form that bond. I have a cat like that.
Yeah.
And it was a bit of a rough go at the beginning because she was incredibly shy and nervous. I literally had to sit under like a closet under our stairs to hang out with her.
Yeah.
But now she sleeps in my bed and she's my buddy. And I feel like, you know, I've accomplished something.
Yeah.
So
it's almost like a spiritual connection that you end up having with them. It's a really special bond.
Well, both of these dogs, of course, are available and looking for forever homes at Dog Tales. And I always say that all the information about the organizations are on our website, but the best thing to do, especially for Dog Tales, is go out and visit the property and meet the dogs in person because it's a beautiful place and you get to spend time with the dogs. It's every Sunday from
11 until 5.
11 until 5.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see you next week with some new dogs. And let's hope that we find Nina and Gary a home. And and thank you all for watching What Pet Should I Get? And remember, if you have any animals, any pictures of your animals wearing Halloween costumes, please send them in because we want to see them. We want to put them on TV. And if you have any adoption stories, please email me and we will get you on television. Thank you once again for watching What Pet Should I Get? My name is Julia Batchelor, and we'll see you next time.